morning, beloveds. It's been an exciting day. And I know that sounded a little sarcastic, but I got up, I got dressed, I went to meet my trainer. I drove through a band of rain to get there, but just not much. And yeah, and I woke up. I guess sometime in the middle of the night, I stretched my knee in such a way that I woke up in a whole lot of pain. And he did not take any pity on me. That being said, the only leg work that we did was all stretching, and it was designed to stretch those muscles and remind that ligament what it's supposed to be doing. And then he went after my shoulders, which is a good thing because my physical therapy's been really hard on my shoulders. So, and then I was like, I hadn't even gotten to the ab work, and I was like, I gotta go because everything takes a little bit longer right now because I just have to be that much more careful. And so I left, and then like a quarter of a mile out of his neighborhood, I drove into the very definition of a gully washer. Like, it was raining so hard. And then so it rained all the way back to my house, and I got into my driveway and it's pouring, and I'm like, how am I going to get in the house? So I wrapped my phone up in my little gym towel and put it in my pocket and made a run for it because right now I literally can't run. It's just been one of those mornings. And then the cat was hiding in the closet when I was going to give him his meds, and he absolutely didn't want the breakfast that I give him after. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. He's probably back in the closet now. So there will be no cat meows today. They're all 100% done with me today. I don't know. That's what's going on my Monday. Hopefully you're having just as wonderful of a day as I. Actually, it's been a good day. I mean, I got up, I did get to go and work out, and it's raining, so it's a little cooler, although it looks like it's quit raining now and the sun's come out. Go figure. Welcome to the weather in Texas, because, wait 15 minutes and it'll change. But it is October 19th, it is Monday. Like I said, I do look forward to Mondays. It is October 19th, and our title today is Today I Take Constructive Action. It is only as I let go of the lesser that I can take hold of the greater. Only as I drop confusion that I can entertain peace. Only as I transcend doubt and fear that I can be lifted up to the hilltops of the inner life. I identify myself with the greatness of spirit and breathe in its almighty power. I allow my consciousness to rise, to broaden, and to a broader and fuller realization of that divine presence that is always delivering itself to me. Believing that the divine mind is ever present, the divine intelligence is ever available, I open my consciousness to its guidance. I keep my mind steadfast and loyal to the thought that I am governed by this divine intelligence. I feel that I am impelled to make right decisions, that I am compelled to act upon these decisions intelligently, knowing that the power that is within me cannot desert me. Through the quiet contemplation of the omni-action of spirit, I look quietly and calmly upon every false condition, seeing through it to the other side of the invisible reality that molds, conditions, and recreates all my affairs after a divine pattern. With a penetrating spiritual vision, I now dissipate the obstruction, remove the obstacle, dissolve the wrong condition. Every thought of fear or limitation is removed from my consciousness. Today I take constructive action, which leads me to health, happiness, and success. So I love the fact that I get to read this on gym day, workout day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I work out every day but one. And the day that I don't work out physically is the day that I work out spiritually. And then I spiritually work out every day. But this is talking about treating and moving our feet. and how both are important. Both are very, very important. We do our inner spiritual work. We treat our consciousness. We read books. We watch people talk. We meditate. We pray. We do all of this. And then we've got to get out in the world and do. But all of that buttresses, to use a nice Gothic medieval word, which is how they built all those phenomenal medieval churches, and forts and, castles and what have you, is they buttress them. They create supports. So I do all of the inner work of what I just listed so that I can go out and do the action. I can take constructive action. And that's one of the things that I was talking about with my trainer today. It's like, I get it. A lot of what he was asking me to do, one, was scary, and two, hurt. But it didn't hurt in the I'm irreparably damaging way. It hurt in the I don't really want to do this, but okay, I get it. Because if I don't work out through the pain under the guidance of a professional, then it's, one, it may not ever get better, and two, it will stop me from doing other things. So it's like, I gotta do the work, and I gotta work through the pain. I've got to take constructive action. Now, if I was Emma Curtis Hopkins and had practiced hardball metaphysics, then I could just tell my knee that we're done. But pain is information. I haven't been listening. I'm listening now. So, and that's what I keep telling my knee. I'm listening now. I'm listening now. I'm listening now. Sit down. Because frequently that's what my knee is saying. Sit down. So today I could take constructive action. It is only as I let go of the lesser that I can take hold of the greater. Only as I drop the confusion that I can entertain. Oh, no. Let's just start with that. It is only as I let go of the lesser that I can take hold of the greater. Okay, so let's start there. If your cup is full, there's no room for anything new. You have to empty out your cup. Do you have to pour it all the way out? No. But you gotta let some stuff go to put new stuff in. You gotta be willing to let go of the lesser idea of who you are to accept the greater idea of who you are. You've got to be willing to drop the confusion so that I can entertain peace. Only as I transcend doubt and fear can I be lifted up into the hilltops of the inner life. There is no room in the inner life, and he uses the capital L there. There is no room in the inner life for doubt and confusion. There isn't. There's a read a tale. There's always room for a read a tale. So that is something we have to let go of. We have to let go of the doubt and the fear to get to that place of, I identify myself with the greatness of spirit and breathe in its almighty power. Okay. And that's one of the things that we say that gets us in trouble with some of the other people. It's like, well, do you really believe you're God? Yes and no. I identify myself with the greatness of spirit because I'm made of the greatness of spirit. But do I believe that I have all of the power? No. But I am a vessel that allows the power to flow through me. I'm a localized distributor of divine power. I am not all of it. I cannot contain all of it. But I contain enough to make my life really interesting and really cool. And so do you, when you're willing. See. So breathe in its almighty power. I allow my consciousness to rise to a broader and fuller realization of that divine presence that is always delivering itself to me. Okay, so we are made in the image of that divine presence. We are made of the stuff that the divine presence is made up of. And when we are willing, we allow the divine presence to flow through us. Literally, we are the hands and feet of God. And all the other bits too, the heart and the eyes and the just all the things that make the job of the divine comes through us. And so I am allowing my consciousness to recognize that that is my job. My job is to represent or represent. I don't think that's the word I want. My job is to be the divine presence, to be that loving, kind, peaceful, compassionate presence in the world. That is my job. As a, and not as a minister, but as a expression of that divine presence. That's my job. So that's that broader, fuller realization of who and what I am. Believing that the divine mind is ever present, that the divine intelligence is ever available, I open my consciousness to its guidance. So there's never a time that the divine mind is not there. There's never a time that the divine intelligence isn't available. So at any time I need or want something from, all I have to do is say, okay, I am open, I am willing, guide me, show me the way. And then I have to be willing to take the unusual ways that it might come to me. Because it's probably not going to walk up to me, hand me a map and say, this is the way to go. And yet it might. But it's going to look like a person. You know, that's the divine mind showing up, handing me. Or it might be a casual conversation with a friend of mine who says, oh, have you read this book? There it is. It's not always going to come with thunderbolts and lightnings. In fact, most of the time it doesn't come with thunderbolts and lightning, which is why we don't necessarily recognize it. I keep my mind steadfast and loyal to the thought that I am governed by this divine intelligence. I feel that I am impelled to make the right decision, that I am compelled to act upon these decisions intelligently. I have done my inner work. I have done my prayer. I have done my meditation. I have done the inner work. I have raised my consciousness to recognize that I am, and that this is available to me. So when I make decisions, as long as I am making decisions in that loving, kind, compassionate manner, then I'm going to make the right one. And then every now and again, maybe I don't make exactly the right one, but I'm going to be closer to the mark than I am going to be away from it, if that makes sense. Knowing that the power that is within me cannot desert me. So even if I do not quite hit the mark, that presence within me is not gonna, it's not gonna punish me, it's not gonna leave me, it's not going to decide that I'm not worthy. But as long as I'm open to it, it will help me course correct. Through the quiet contemplation of the omni-action of spirit. I've never seen omni used that way. I love it. Through the quiet contemplation of the omni-action of spirit, meaning spirit can happen in any way, in anywhere. And we just have to be present for that. I look quietly and calmly upon every false condition, seeing through it to the other side of the invisible reality. Okay, so yes, I'm going to say, yep, that's a problem. And I see it. And I'm going to look through it and go, it can go back to the no thing that it is. And I'm going to see the spiritual reality which molds, conditions, and recreates all my affairs after a divine pattern. So, yep, I've got this problem. And I'm going to say, nope, not anymore. This is not the truth of me. Instead, I'm going to let that divine presence flow through me so that it molds conditions and recreates the conditions, the affairs, in the divine pattern, not in the messy pattern that I've been trying to do all by myself. With a penetrating spiritual vision, I now dissipate the obstruction, remove the obstacle, dissolve the wrong condition. So if you are facing something that is not that's not trending towards good for you, there it is. There's that statement for you. I now dissipate the obstruction, remove the obstacle, and dissolve the wrong condition. Say that to yourself. We're in Heartfelt Living, and one of our assignments today is to do our affirmations 100 times twice a day. Can you imagine doing that 100 times twice a day? I now dissipate the obstruction, remove the obstacle, dissolve the wrong condition. Times 200. That's what I would use prayer beads for. Because I have 108. I mean 8 more. Come on. Every thought of fear or limitation is removed from my consciousness. Today, I take constructive action, which leads me to health, happiness, and success. So it's like, okay, I have let all the nonsense go. I've let the doubt go. I've let the fear go. I have let everything go. Now I'm going to take the first step on the new path. So what is our mission today? Because now I have to think about that. Well, that's our mission today. Our mission is to take constructive action. We have done the inner work, especially if you've been with me on this journey. You have done your inner work. It doesn't mean you get to stop doing the inner work. The inner work is always going to be beneficial. But today is the day to take that step. And then another, and then another, and then another. Until suddenly we're running. Well, that's for me. You don't have to run if you don't want to. All right. So, that is the mission today. I'm very excited about it. And I encourage you to do something loving for yourself, something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. I didn't think I was going to get a cameo, but there she is. There's my Rita. So, definitely do something loving for yourself. Right now it's relatively cool. It's supposed to be in the 80s all week. It may rain off and on all week. So, please, open your windows. Do something to engage your mind and body. Air it out. Air your house out, air your mind out, air your body out. Shake it off and get moving. It's fall. We got stuff to do so that we can rest. But do that if you need that. Open the windows of heaven. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you live in heaven now. You are a beloved child of God in whom Spirit is well pleased, always and forever. There will never be a time. Mostly because there is no time in Spirit. All right, beloveds? Have a wonderful day. Do what you need to do to make it fantastic. I'm going to go enjoy this orange purr and finish breakfast so that I can go to work. All right. I picked her up and now she won't let me down. She won't let me put her down. All right. I hope you can hear this purr. She's fantastic. All right. Okay, come on, little girl. Little girl. She's 14 pounds. There's nothing little about Rita. All right, beloveds. Have a wonderful day.